Gaff, we've had a bit of a break, but back in action on Saturday at Stevenage. How much are we looking forward to getting back at it?
Can't wait. We didn't want the break when it came. We was in good form, good momentum, good spirit around the place. And unfortunately, we had to, we adhere by the rules. It's not Mansfield's fault. It's the rules. So we just had to make the most of what we could get out of it. We could give certain players a rest. We worked in a couple of days hard. So you just got to make the most out of it and get what you can out of the 2-week break that we've had. But yeah, we're raring to go. Everybody's feeling fresh and more or less a full fit squad.
And how difficult is it to try and maintain that momentum when you do have? I mean, can you maintain that momentum when you have a gap like that?
Well, no. I think sometimes it can come at a good time for some clubs. And I think when we started the season, I think the first international break was good for us. It gave us a bit of a reset, and then we come back with 2 wins and 2 draws. So that was a good time for us. So you can't have it both ways. You've just got to. It is what it is, and you just got to get the best out of it and make the best out of it what you can.
Stevenage and us have been in similar positions for the last couple of seasons or so now. They've obviously changed the manager in the summer. What kind of game are you expecting on Saturday?
Yeah, I don't see too much difference in the way that they play. They're quite flexible in formations. They can play a number of different systems. So I think whenever you go to Stevenage, you first and foremost you have to win duels, you have to win battles, you have to be up for the fight. Went and watched them against Bolton probably 3-4 weeks ago. Bolton started the game winning duels, winning second balls, fighting, scrapping. Then when the game settled down, Bolton showed their qualities. So I think first and foremost you have to be ready for a battle.
Obviously, have had a little bit of a break. How's that helped us, team news? What?
There's not many. We're just trying to get more freshness into Jordan Graham, more fitness. Sorry, DJ the same. Jordan Brown is now back from an illness. In terms of long term, obviously we've had the news about Theo, which everybody at the club is absolutely devastated. But we'll give him our full support in whatever he needs. And I think, when our supporters see him on a Saturday when he's wandering around the ground and he's watching the games, I think if they can give him their support as well, I think it'll go a long way, because quite an emotional person. He's someone who I've been on our journey with throughout, Theo. I've got a lot of time and love for Theo, so I hope that he can recover. I think with his mentality he can do, but I think he needs support around him in the next 2 months, because the first 2 months is always the hardest.
How important is it that people do rally around him, because it's back-to-back long-term injuries, isn't it? Yeah,
Theo got injured playing for this football club. So he went in for a tackle away at Port Vale and came out the wrong side of a tackle. So I think it's, we owe it to him to support and make sure. I've got no doubt that Theo can come back from this. With the mentality that he has, he can come back better. I think he needs to use this stage of when he is out to learn the game. I think he's doing different parts of business in football, but also coaching, understanding the game more, because his physical attributes and his work rate and desire is fantastic. So, like I say, the staff here will give him his full support. Whatever he needs will be there for him, along with the players. But I also think it's nice that when he's out of this environment, the training ground environment, every day, he does come to the home games, that if our supporters can stop and speak to him and give him their support, I think it will go a long way. And I think if we can get him through the next 2 or 3 months over the Christmas period, then I think he'll come back strong.
One positive we've had in the last few days is Ethan Galbraith making his first start for Northern Ireland.
Exactly, he played for Northern Ireland before, but Ethan's someone that I've known for a long time, and I've seen the growth in him. I think this is the second time that I've worked with him, and we've seen the growth in him here, and I've no doubt that he can be an established international, not only for Northern Ireland, but if he carries on learning and growing and developing, then he can have a career at a higher level. So I'm really proud for him and his family, and his agent, who is a good guy who does a lot of good work for him. So it's just what I don't want from him now is to get too high. Just keep doing the basics and what has got him to this stage so far, and he can, like I say, he continues to get better.
You touched on his progress there, but as a coach, how much pleasure does that give you, seeing him go from here to?
Yeah, I mean, I try and get the balance. We're managers, and ultimately we want to win football matches, and we do everything that we can to try and win football games. But I also think there is parts of the job that you need to do as well, develop players. I think a lot of players that have come to this football club in the last few years have improved. And obviously there's quite a number of them now playing the Championship or playing at their their parent clubs to which he joined us on loan from. And I think Ethan can be one of them players that can improve. And again, when you win games, it gives you that real good satisfaction. But you forget about that very quickly. So when you win a game on a Saturday as a manager, you enjoy it, but by the time you're driving home, you're thinking about debriefing that game. You think about the next game. So the joy can be, it can be a bit of a short fix when you actually produce players and they get moves and they get new contracts, and they go on and they're still texting you years later. That gives you, fulfilment over a longer period of time. So I think it's a big part of the job, yeah, and something that I do try and take pride in doing.
And just lastly, so it's early kick-off Saturday, but the away end's going to be busy. Fans played a big role in our wins at Reading and Stockport, and obviously last time out in the league against Blackpool. How big can they be?
Well, you ask me this question every week, and my answer's the same. But we're in a good moment. We're in a good period at this moment. And I always think that when you're a football team that has to come through where we've been, we have to show really resilience. We have to show togetherness. So I think we're in a good moment. Let's continue that. And we always take a good following away at Stevenage. We've got a good 1-0 win away there last year. So let's continue it and continue this momentum.